to local audience, man. Damn funny. So, but I mean, greatly, thank you so much, and then to everybody who is listening, and especially those of you who are online and all over the place. We are much grateful for always standing and then shouldering with us, no matter the challenges that we are faced with. So, and I want to also apologize because of my voice, because of the catarrh. I've not really been having a good moment. But let me just start by saying that, you see, if I can think, from morning to night time, there's no single program. I cannot, maybe there are some of them that suggestions came that I don't have an input in creating the name for that program.
Yeah,
I can on Radio Tamale. Look, Wake Up Tamale. Even before Wake Up Tamale, there was Wake Up Call. That's, the station used to open from 4 a.m. to about 6 a.m. That's the Wake Up Call, where they could play gospel, or they could play Islamic preachings and all this from 4 to 6.
Yeah.
But because of the challenges of electricity, we decided that we'll limit the opening time of the station from 5. Mm-hmm. So that's why we now open 5. So that particular Wake Up Call, I mean, it's certainly not existent. Now, if you look at Wake Up Tamale, which we created from the inception of the radio, Radio Tamale. I came to Radio Tamale as a producer.
Okay.
And then, though I was handling entertainment programs, but I came basically as production, because production is where I really function. I like to produce backstage. Now, what happens is that if you look at even to branch time, Asharanya Dene, you and I, we sat in my office, and we came up with the name Asharanya Dene.
But that's what I was telling the people.
I gave you the idea and said, if you want to say, people should bring the evidence.
Yes.
What is your? And then you said it in Dagbani, and I said yes.
And usually you suggest it in English.
Exactly.
And we'll get you the translation.
And the Dagbani translation.
Yes.
So and my policy. I said there is every program must be in Dagbani name.
Yes. Even if you are Dagbani. There was a time you said if you could speak Dagbani, you change all our programs into Dagbani.
Exactly. So what's it called? The Asharanya Dene program. You know how we created it. Because when I brought up the idea and said this is how I want it to be, and I want it to be in mid-morning. I want a mid-morning political show, and that was how it was. That program came into being. Now, if you look at getting to lunchtime, there's something I call executive lunch. Mm-hmm. I developed it. I gave the name away, and I gave the title to it. If you come to the Bugum, now let me tell you the Bugum program. Anything anybody hear about it, it's a very fat lie. And look, you see, Takashi. It's not like me, I know if you do. It's not like I know if you do. But let me just calm down and let you understand something. The Bugumbian, the first program I used it to name was Shamuna Nuruddin, who was here doing sports with us. Yeah. I named it Bugumbian Sports because of this idea of the Songo I'm talking about. Fire for fire. Mm-hmm. I got that idea from it, and I had a particular Imam called
Bugumbian.
Then I said, the moment I heard his name, I said, I'll use this one for a program. Exactly. Yeah. I'll use it for a program. And by that time, Parada was handling our drive. He used to call it Tamale Drive here. The very day Parada left this station, I had because I if you check my laptop, I have plans even to plan C. If anybody leaves, what I'll do the next. You get it? And I have told you this several times.
Yeah.
Bugumbiane, I named it for sports. Bugumbiane Sports for Shamuna Nuruddin.
But then you were the programs manager.
Exactly. Shamuna Nuruddin. I named it for Shamuna Nuruddin. Bugumbiane Sports. And then it was from 2 to 2:30. He was using 30 minutes, or is it 20 minutes? After that, Parada will continue. Because Parada had already named that one Tamale Drive, I thought that if I had used the name at that time, it would conflict because he has already nurtured that one. And you recall Parada at that time, around 4, getting to 4 there about he starts his interview and bring political parties to discuss and all that. So Parada actually did not benefit from that name, simply because he had already put a name before I brought the idea on board. And I rather kept it for Shamuna Nuruddin's Bugumbian Sports. So the moment Parada left, I shifted to the plan B. And then I said, no, I was naming... The Bugumbian was not even what we were going to do with it all. Now, let me tell you one thing that happens. I mostly do not... Because of the calls that I got from people and trying to know some of these. That's why I'm here. Look, how did Tel get into Radio Tamale? I was seated in the office with Yamusa. You know how I was gelling and very close with Yamusa. we're just having a friendly talk in his office. Then Tel sent me a WhatsApp message. You see, that's why they said. Yes, I showed you the message. And you see, it's good that we keep records. And now, because of such cobolos, I am telling you that sometimes you do something with someone, you collect receipt. Look, he sent me a message and said, "Oh, bro, Charlie, I'm having problems with ZAR Radio. They have taken all my programs and even they reduced his time, or is it that gave him some 2 days? So he was no more getting time." Then he told me that yes, he will want to come because he has heard Parada has left. Yeah. So at that time, I just showed the message. Yamusa is still alive. He's my boss and he will always be my boss. Look, I showed the message to Yamusa. "Oh, just give me this." He said he wants to come and join us at Radio Tamale. Yamusa said, no, he won't allow that. Because apparently he had attacked Yamusa at ZAR Radio and said that they sacked him from Vodafone. And for that matter, what's it called? Said a lot of derogatory things again. So Yamusa told me that no, he won't allow that, yes, because he had actually attacked him at ZAR Radio and then said a lot of derogatory things against him. So he won't allow him come here. I pleaded with him and said that, look, you can have a personal problem with somebody, but if you realize that the person can also contribute to your success in one way or the other, bring the person on board. Let's work. You get it? Yeah. And this was what, if Yamusa will testify, he will tell you what I'm telling him. I'm telling you right now. He's alive. I'm not telling a lie to a dead body. Now, Yamusa, I pleaded with him, and then finally, Yamusa, that Robicon, it's because of you. If not this guy, I don't want him ever close to me. He said those, and I said, look, you don't worry, we will manage things. Whatever it is, so far as I'm present, we'll manage things. This was what I said. Then Yamusa said, okay, no problem, I should go ahead. And then that was how I started engaging him. Now this is what I gave him when he came. I recall in my office there. So he actually came over. I invited him to the office. Then he came over. He came with some other guy. I have, but they call, is it Chinto? Okay. Chinto. Yeah, Chinto and one particular guy or so. So they came to my office. I said, no, I've already drawn my program plan and how I want to execute it. So what I did was that I told him that, look, what you were doing in ZAR Radio, you will not do here at Radio Tamale. What you will do here is that I'll give you from 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. because I don't want it to be like it's a competition against Radio Tamale and ZAR Radio. So I didn't want that. I said that, look, whatever it is, they say, I gave you a particular analogy. I said, if they say a particular medicine is not good, maybe it's not good for your blood, but it's good for my blood. So I believe strongly that whatever it is, I could contain the person. So I told him that no, I want to change and bring him 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. And he told me that, oh, Robicon, you see, my daytime, my chilling time is in the night. So me, mostly daytime I don't go out. It's nighttime that I do my rounds. It took the reason why he delayed in actually coming to Radio Tamale as of that time, it took more than 2 weeks. And he will bring this set of people. There are always 3 people that come. They will come and sit with me, trying to convince me, because my mind was already made up how I wanted to do the drive time. Even till date, you guys are the ones not making me to execute that one, because you say, oh, we should just move on this. If not, right by now, what you'll be hearing will be different from what is already happening. And I'm not just I don't need to boast about it. By the grace of God, whoever or whatever, you see, the thing is that so far as you understand the Dagbani, I don't think any other person can do the Dagbani more than you. You may have your lapses in the Dagbani, but you can also do your part. You cannot do it exactly like Robicon will do it, but you play your part. And you see, my major focus has always been that there should be an impact. So that somebody sits there and say, oh, Sof, I listened to your program, and because of your program, they've been able to get water to drink. Because of your program, Tamale South, they've been able to get water, street lights on their area. These are the thoughts. So if you finish your program after that, you don't get such responses, then you need to re-examine yourself as a radio presenter. You get what I'm saying? Now look at this. At that time, I think one of the last days he came with that Chinto guy again. Please, if I can go down. Okay. That Chinto guy. When they came, we had a discussion. I said, okay. He said, no, that should let it. He just want to show that radio that, he just want to. I said, no, if you want to do it like you want to rival with another group of people, I will not allow it. Because you see, there's a good reason. I've said it here several times, that we call ourselves sister stations, not because of anything. Today, they can set a brand new station, use the transmitter for 1 week, it will break down. you will go crazy. You know how much a transmitter costs. If you have that in mind, you know that you don't attack each other as radio or media people, because we support each other back on the backside so that we can all function and be on air. And it has always been happening like that. So, and I said, okay, one of the last days when he came, I told him, okay, if this is what you are proposing, what will happen is that I'll give you a trial. He even promised me that I should give him 3 to 6 months. If I don't see changes in what my expectation is, I can take the program away from him. This, if I am lying, let the earth devour me. These were things that he said. This was the pledge he made to me. And then I told him, when I was coming out, I told him I was rushing to go do something. So and I told him that what happens is that okay, sorry. Sorry, somebody, yes. So, you see, and I told him that what I have planned to do with the program after Parada's exit is that